All right, good day everyone. So today we'll be looking at social messaging etiquette. So why this topic? So I am aware of, or we all are aware that most of the time nowadays, because of the pandemic, we are online. So we mostly utilize Telegram, WhatsApp to message or to communicate. But some of us might actually forget or might not know what are the appropriate etiquette to messaging. So in this video, I will actually talk to you about what are the appropriate etiquette when you text or message um, your instructor or even your employer. All right, let's go into it. Um, okay, now why social messaging etiquette or what it is all about? So, messaging etiquette is actually a collection of guidelines and rules that will protect your personal and professional reputation in the digital environment. So, what does this mean is that when you know or communicate etiquettely, it protects yourself and it also provides a good reputation, professional reputation of yourself in the digital environment, because you don't see people, you only communicate. Okay, your reputation is built through your words and your communication. So it is important for you to have the right etiquette or follow the right guidelines and rules so that you build on a good reputation and at the same time you protect yourself. Okay, now let's look at what are the social messaging etiquette. Number one, you have to look at social messaging etiquette similar to how do you communicate on face to face. So when you meet a person, most of the time you need to greet and salute the person. So similarly, when it comes to online, it is the same thing. You greet the person first. Provide greeting in your content before messaging your purpose or stating your purpose of the message itself. Next is identify yourself. Some people might not actually save your number, they might not know who you are, so please identify yourself first prior to sending the content of the message. Next, timing. It is very important for you to know the right timing to send messages. You don't want to disturb the person's personal time or family time. So make sure that you send the message at the right timing. Most of the time you use the standard time, which is the office hour 8 to 5. But can you send after 5? Yes, you can. But don't go beyond 9 or 10 p.m. because you have to understand, especially instructors, they need their family time, they need their personal time, they need to rest. So respect that privacy of the recipient too. Next, in social messaging, you can use emoticon, but use sparingly or appropriately. When it is needed, then use emoticon. Else, emoticon is important to actually set the tone or show your emotion. So you can use, but make sure you use sparingly or appropriately according to the content of the message. Next, grammar errors and autocorrect. So when we type, sometimes autocorrect just messed up our messages, right? Or there might be some grammar errors that you did not notice. So always check before sending. Don't be lazy to not check. Check, reread, then send your message. Okay? That shows, that protects you too. Okay? And provides a good reputation from your side. Next, if you're sending messages to your instructor, make sure that you have no abbreviation or short form. I understand that social messaging, you love using abbreviation or short form, but this might also create miscommunication. So in a formal environment, please avoid using abbreviation or short form, especially short forms and abbreviation that is not of known or it's new to both sides. Okay, if it's a common abbreviation, then it should be fine, but If possible, avoid using abbreviation and short forms. Ranting. Please do avoid ranting in your messages. If you have dissatisfaction with your classes or with your marks, set appointment with your instructor, meet them virtually and tell them what you're dissatisfied, or call them and ask them permission to call, and then call them and explain yourself. Okay, what are you dissatisfied? Ranting, writing long essays might actually create miscommunication, creates a wrong tone, you send the wrong impression, it creates bad reputation. Response time. Remember to respond. It is very important for you to respond when a person sends the message. So respond. If you can't respond, if you're too busy, acknowledge at least. Okay, this is important for students. When lecturers send content or send messages to you in Telegram, in WhatsApp, respond. If you can't respond, you're too busy, acknowledge the message. Okay, so that your lecturer know that, okay, all my students have read the message. Okay, so these are the some of the etiquettes to social messaging. So now I'm going to suggest a template for social messaging, but however, this is not the exact right template. There are many different templates. You can actually Google up to find out. There are better templates in Google, but this is my template, my suggestion. Let's look at it. You start off with honorifics. For students, you start with honorifics. You need to know whether is it a professor, doctor, miss, mister, and then get your lecturer's name correctly written and spelled. Okay, and then greeting. Identify yourself, state your reason and purpose, state what action do you want your instructor to do, and then thank them and identify yourself. So this is basic simple template that I've came up for you. You can use this template, or you can just Google up to find better template. There are better good template online. All right, so I think that's all. If you have any question, you can always post it to me, write it to me. I will answer all your questions. So you can contact me with my email, my Telegram, and also my Instagram. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you soon.